Hi, I'm Lloyd from Winstream Enterprise Training Team, and today we will have our weekly webinar for the Mitel 6900 series phones and the end user portal. Now, the training is scheduled for 1 hour, and it starts with an overview of the physical device, the Mitel phone, followed by a lesson on how to make personal changes to your extension and your account in the WeConnect portal. So by the end of this training, you should be able to learn the different functionality of the phone and how you can manage your WeConnect portal. For our agenda, so first I will show you the different Mitel phones that we have, the buttons on each of the phone. I'm also going to show you how you can set up your voicemail, how you can make outgoing calls, receive inbound calls, how to use hold, transfer, conference, and then the call and park retrieve feature. So on the screen, I have here the different Mitel 6900 series phones that we provide or that we offer to our customers. First, we have the Mitel 6920, and then we also have the Mitel 6930s, the 6930 and the 6930L. And then we also have the 6940, which is a touchscreen phone. Now, all of these phones, they work exactly the same. The only difference are the number of keys that you can program on each of the phone. So for the Mitel 6920, it actually has 18 programmable keys. The 6930 and the 6930L, they both have 72 programmable keys. And for the 6940, which is a touchscreen phone, this phone has 96 programmable keys on it. Now, when I say programmable keys, that means that you can program the buttons. These buttons here, the one right beside the screen of the Mitel 6920. However, you can only program these buttons through the WeConnect portal. So you need to have a WeConnect account in order for you to be able to program the buttons or the programmable keys of your phone. Now, I always like to go through the login process just in case you come across a phone that's logged out or you accidentally log yourself out for any reason. And if that happens, all you need to do is you push activate on the phone, and then it's going to ask you two pieces of information. So the first thing it will ask you for will be the extension number that you would like to log in into the device. So you would enter the extension number on the keypad, and then once entered, it will then ask you to enter your extension PIN. Now, where do you get this extension PIN? Well, this is something that you can create and customize on your own if you have access to the WeConnect portal. And if you don't have access to the WeConnect portal, it will be your system administrator that will reset the extension PIN for you. And once you already have your extension number and your PIN entered on the phone, just press activate the second time, and then it will log your credentials into the device. It will then display your name and the extension associated with it on the upper left-hand corner of the screen. So here, it will display your name and your extension number. Now, let's take a few minutes to familiarize ourselves with the hardware and buttons, the button locations of the phone. So on the left is your handset, okay, and then on the right is your display screen, and then here at the bottom is your keypad. Now, your line buttons represents locations where calls can be received, or programmable buttons can be configured. Now, the first three buttons will be your line appearances, which means that you can use these three buttons to make and receive calls simultaneously. And then for the rest, you can program these buttons with any available features in our website. Now, your soft keys run underneath the screen. So here are your soft keys. This takes a little getting used because their functions will actually change depending on the context in which they are used. So again, soft keys will change depending on which environment you're currently on. Because, for example, if your phone is on idle, you don't have any calls, your soft key or the available soft key that you will have will be redial and log out. So that's going to be, the first one is redial. The second one is going to be log out. That is if the phone is idle or if you're not using the phone. But later on, as you do certain things with your phone, these soft keys will change. So take notice on that one. The navigation key and your select button, which is here at the bottom, this works as your multi-dimensional navigation key, which allows you to navigate through the pages of your phone. You can also press the center select button to set options as well as perform actions like dialing out or processing a call back from your contacts or your call history. You can use the select or the middle button. Now on the left side, right beneath the soft keys, you have here the fixed function keys. So starting with the directory. So the directory will allow you to search for your company contacts. You can also add your personal contacts here. Right below the directory is your inbound call history, which means that if you push this button, it will actually show you the last 30 days of direct inbound calls that you receive. And that also includes your missed calls. Next to the call history is your voicemail button. Now, the first time that you are going to set up your voicemail, once you push the voicemail button of your phone, it will ask you to enter a voicemail PIN or a voicemail password. Now, your voicemail PIN could be the same as your extension PIN, the one you use to activate the phone. But here's the thing. If your extension PIN will not work as your voicemail PIN, then you will have to reset your voicemail PIN, and you can only reset it from the WeConnect portal. That means that you need to have access to the WeConnect portal to reset your voicemail PIN. And if you don't have access, then it should be your system administrator that will reset the voicemail PIN for you. Next to your voicemail button is your settings button. So the settings button is where you can adjust the brightness of the screen. You can also change the text or the font size of the screen by going to the settings button. Or if you wanted to change the ringtone of your phone, you have it here available if you go to settings. Now below the settings button is your volume keys or your volume controls. The volume keys allows you to adjust 3 types of volumes on your phone. Include first is your handset. So while you're actively using the handset, you may adjust the volume using the volume keys. You may also adjust the ringer volume of your phone using the volume keys. So while the phone is ringing, before you answer the call, you may adjust the volume using the same keys or the volume keys. And then the third is the loudspeaker. So this is the loudspeaker of the phone. It's underneath the handset. Now, if you're on speakerphone and while the person's voice is being projected through the loudspeaker, you may also adjust the volume using the volume keys. Now, to the right, you also have additional fixed function keys for different functionalities, like the red phone key is your secondary end key. So this allows you to disconnect or end a call, especially if you're using the speakerphone. You may end the call by pressing the red phone key. Right below the red phone key is your outgoing call history. So same with the incoming call history, this button here, the outgoing call history will also show you the last 30 days of outgoing calls that you have on your phone. As soon as you push this button, it will display those numbers on the screen, and then you can use the navigation key to scroll through those numbers. And then you have the physical hold button, which allows you to place a call on hold. And to resume or regain connection back with the caller, you have to press the hold button once again. Next to the hold button is your mute button. And this is pretty straightforward. This allows you to mute yourself so that you can hear the other person, but they can hear you. Now, you do have an indicator right beside the button, and it will light up if it's active. So to take yourself out of the mute, you simply push the mute button once again. And the last is the speakerphone and the headset button. So to activate the speakerphone, you have to press this button once. To activate the headset, you have to press the button twice. So those are the physical keys or the buttons of the Mitel phone. So although this is a Mitel 6920 and it has 18 programmable keys on it, if we look at the Mitel 6930, it actually has the same buttons. Again, the only difference is that with the 6930, it has more programmable keys on it. It has a total of 72 programmable keys on the 6930. But your soft keys, the navigation key, the fixed function key, they are exactly the same with all the phones, with the rest of the Mitel 69 series phones. But with the 6940, if you notice, the soft keys are now touchscreen. Same with the programmable keys. It's already under, or you will be using the touchscreen to activate those buttons. All right, so going back to voicemail, I did mention earlier that in order for you to set up your voicemail, you need to have a voicemail pin. And if you don't have access to the WeConnect portal, you will not be able to change or reset your pin. If in case, or if ever you were provided access to the WeConnect portal. Now to set up your voicemail, first you'll have to create a voicemail pin. So where to create your voicemail pin? Once inside the WeConnect portal, when you go to My Services, under the My Services menu, you will have a My Voicemail Settings sub-menu. You click on My Voicemail Settings, and here is where you can change or reset or create a new voicemail pin. Okay, just enter a pin, confirm, and there are some rules that you have to follow in creating your pin. Okay, it should be, your pin must not or must be between 4 to 10 digits long. You cannot, it should not be part of your phone number. It will not work. It should not be all the same digits, and then you cannot use number in sequence like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That wouldn't work. Okay, so after you already have your voicemail pin, again, just go back to your phone, and then you press the voicemail button of the phone. You enter the pin on the keypad. Now it will walk you, or a voice prompt will then walk you through. There's going to be a voice prompt, a recording that will walk you through. And the first thing it will ask you is to record your name. This is for the directory. And after you record your name, you will then be asked to record your greeting. Now you can always end the setup process at any time you wanted to, just disconnect the call or hang up. However, you will be asked to complete the remaining steps the next time that you are going to access your voicemail box. So that's how you set up your voicemail on the phone. Now, if there is a voicemail message, again, all you have to do is go to your phone. There is a voicemail indicator that will light up at the top right-hand side of the phone. So it's going to lit up. And again, to check your messages, go to your phone, press the voicemail button, and then you enter your PIN. You can also check your messages from a different handset in the office. So let's say, for example, you're not in front of your desk and you wanted to know if you have any messages. You can go to a different handset or use a different handset in the office. And all you have to do is from the other phone, you press the voicemail button followed by the star key. The system will then ask you to enter your extension number and your voicemail PIN. You will then be able to receive your messages from that phone. You can also access your voicemail from outside the office. So say, for example, you're working remotely or you're working from home and you wanted to know if you have any messages from your phone. Now, this works if your extension is tied up with a telephone number. or if your extension is associated with a DID, a 10-digit phone number from your office suite phone system. So if your extension has a direct telephone number, to check your voicemail outside the office, you have to dial your telephone number, the one that's assigned or associated to your extension, the 10-digit phone number. And after you dial your phone number, as soon as you hear your own voicemail greeting, you have to interrupt the recording by pressing the star button or the star key of your phone or the phone you're using, like your cell phone, if you're calling from your cell phone. And after you press the star key, it will then ask you to enter your password, your voicemail PIN. And after you enter your voicemail PIN, you should then be able to check your messages from or outside the office. All right, so those are the different ways to check or access your voicemail in the office suite system. Now let's move on with how to make outgoing calls from your phones. So making an outgoing call, the call can be started using the following options. First, and the most basic way, is to just lift up the handset and then you can dial the phone number. You can also use the speakerphones. If you wanted to go hands-free mode, press the speakerphone button and then you dial the phone number. Once the call is connected, the other person's voice will then be projected through the loudspeaker. And by the way, the microphone of your desk phone is here, located at the bottom corner of the phone. So there's a very small microphone that you can use for speakerphone. And it's very sensitive, by the way. You don't need to be very close onto the phone if you're currently on speakerphone. And then if you have a headset, so technically if you wanted to use your headset to call out, so press this button twice and then you dial the phone number. Now, if you're calling an outside number, like a local number, long distance, maybe your home phone or your mobile phone number, if you're calling those type of numbers, you will need to use a prefix to dial out. And the default prefix is 91, which means that every time you make an outgoing call to any outside number, you have to dial 91 first, followed by the area code and the 7-digit number to get through. But if you are just calling an extension, like a coworker, you don't need to use 91. You can just simply type in the extension number on the keypad. 91 only if you're going to make an outgoing call to any outside numbers. Now, how about for answering calls? Now, since your phone has or will have 3 default lines on it, default line appearances, that also means that you can answer multiple calls at the same time. So if a call comes into your phone, you can actually receive or answer those calls using the following options, these arrows here. And if you're going to use any of these options, the call will be connected via loudspeaker. So if you press the line appearance button where the call is trying to connect, the call will be on speakerphone. It will be connected via loudspeaker. If you're also going to press this soft key, the answer soft key, the call will also connect via loudspeaker. Same goes if you press this button here. So technically it will go to the loudspeaker. Or you can just lift up the handset to answer the call. So again, the first 3 buttons on each of your phone will be your line appearances or line buttons. Now, to answer multiple calls at the same time. So if you already have a call connected using the first line, and then a second call comes in, that second line will go to the next, that second call will go to the next line appearance available on your phone. So it's going to go here. It's because you still have, or you are still connected with the first call using the first line appearance. That second call will be on hold. Okay. Now, if you wanted to be connected with the second call, just simply push the second line appearance of your phone to be connected with the caller. And this time it will place or automatically place the first caller on hold. If you wanted to go back to the first call, press the first line appearance button to be connected with the caller. And then this time it will place the second call on hold. So that means you have the ability to toggle back and forth between the line appearances. Anyone that's on hold will have a flashing line appearance. Anyone that you are actively connected with a call will have a bright line or solid line appearance on it. Now, you also have here another option or another way to disconnect a call. So aside from placing the handset back to the phone or to the cradle, or also pushing the red phone key, which is this one here, the red phone key right below the navigation key, that will also disconnect the call for you. Another way is you can also use end. There is an end soft key available on your phone once you are currently connected with a call. Okay, so that's how you disconnect your call. Either use the end soft key, you can also use the red phone key, or just simply hang up the handset. And to place your calls on hold, press the hold button of the phone. Wherever the call is connected, it will start flashing, or the line appearance will start flashing. And to resume the call on hold, you can press the hold button of the phone. Now for transfer, we have two different types of transfers that you can use on your phone. We have the cold transfer method, and then we also have the warm transfer method. Let me show you what's the difference between the two. Now, with cold transfer, it's like transferring a call without letting the other person know that it's a transfer call. With warm transfer, you have to announce your call first. And how this works. So back to the phone. And by the way, this transfer, conference, and the end soft keys will only be available if you are already on a call. Okay, if your phone is currently connected with a call. So if you're going to do a call transfer, like if you're planning to transfer your call to like another person, to either an outside number or to a coworker, if you're going to use the call transfer, first you have to press the transfer button once to place the caller on hold. Once the call is already on hold, the line appearance where the call is connected will start flashing. And then the second line will light up. Once the second line is now lit up, that means you can now dial the phone number of the person where you wanted to transfer your call to. If it's an extension, you have to type in the extension number. If it's an outside number, you have to dial 91, followed by the area code and the 7-digit number to get through. After you entered the telephone number, just simply press the transfer button the second time. So press it again. Your call, which was on hold, will then be transferred automatically to the other person's phone. It will disappear from your phone. Now, here's the thing. That person, the one who's going to receive your transferred call, will not know that it was a transfer, that it came from you. That call came from your phone. It's because the caller ID that will be displayed on their phone as soon as you complete your transfer is the caller ID of the person you are transferring, not your extension number. And that is why we call it the cold transfer method, the unattended way of transferring. Now, I myself am not a very big fan of using blind transfer. I prefer letting my coworkers know what the call pertains to before I complete my transfer. So I would recommend using the warm transfer method. And with warm transfer, the process is going to start out the same. So again, if you have a call on your phone and you wanted to transfer this call to another extension, to a coworker, but this time we're going to use the warm transfer. So same steps. Press the transfer button once to place the caller on hold. Once the call is already on hold, the line appearance button will start flashing, and then your second line appearance will light up. You can now type in the extension number or the telephone number of the person you wanted to transfer your call to. And after you dial the number, you will have to wait for the other person to answer. As soon as they answer the call, just let them know or announce that, hey, I have John here, and I wanted he's actually looking for you, and I need to transfer this call to you. If that person agrees to transfer the call, then you can go ahead and press the transfer button the second time to complete your transfer. And that call will then be transferred to that person's phone. Now, what if the other person is not available? You tried to do a warm transfer. You wanted to endorse your call before you complete the transfer. So you did follow the right steps. You pressed the transfer button, you dialed the phone number, you waited for that person to answer, but he's not answering, he's not picking up, or she's not picking up. It could be that the person is currently busy, or he's not in the office, or on lunch. Now, what you can do is, since you are now trying to connect using the second line and no one is answering, remember your first call is still on hold. Now, to disconnect yourself from the second line, you have to use or press the quit soft key. Okay, you press quit on the phone. This will disconnect you from the second line because that person is not available, or he or she is busy. And then to go back to the call on hold, press the line appearance button of that call to be connected back with the caller. Okay, then you can inform your caller, oh, so sorry, I could not transfer you to him or to John because he's currently on a meeting. Now you can offer to either transfer the call to a different person, or you can also offer the transfer to voicemail. So we do have an option to transfer a call directly to voicemail. So perhaps you'll inform your passenger, hey, I'm so sorry, but he or she's not available right now. Would you like to leave a message? I can transfer you to their voicemail box. So to transfer a call directly to voicemail, again, first you have to press the transfer button to place the call on hold. Once the call is already on hold, that same button will actually change or switch to voicemail. It's going to say voicemail here at the top. So you have to press that button again. So it's like pressing the same button twice. Press it 2 times, and then you dial the extension number of the person's voicemail box. And after you dial the extension number, just simply hang up the handset. Right? So your caller will then be transferred to that other person's voicemail box. And that's how you do transfers. Now, aside from transfer, you will also have a conference soft key available if you're currently connected with a call. And with the Mitel phone, you can have up to 10 people into a conference call. So that's going to be yourself, and then you can add 9 others into the call. And how that works. So say, for example, you are already on a call, you're talking to someone over the phone using the first line appearance. The caller ID of that person is showing right beside the button. And then you decided to add a third person into the call. So you wanted to do a 3-way calling. So to do that, first you have to press the conference button of your phone to place the call on hold, just like with transfer. As soon as you press conference on your phone, the call will automatically be on hold. And then you can dial the phone number of the person you wanted to add into your call. So again, it can be an extension. It can also be an outside number. Just follow the same rule. And after you dial the number, you wait for them to answer. And as soon as they answer, just talk to them, let them know, hey, I would like to do a 3-way call with you. And then James is on the other phone. Is it okay? All right. So if that person agrees, now to merge the calls into one. So remember, the first caller is still on hold. You're here on the second line. You're communicating with the person you wanted to add. Now to merge these 2 calls into one, you will have to press the conference button the second time. Press conference again, and you will be connected with the caller. It will also display the number of people currently connected into the call. If there are 3 people, it's going to say three-way call on the screen. It will also say three-way call right beside the line appearance button. So you can add up to 10 people, or I'm sorry, 9. So a total of 10, including yourself, to a conference. And also, here's the thing with conference. If you started a conference call from your phone, like you added those people into your call, as soon as you hang up the handset, this will totally disconnect everyone from the call. Okay, it will end the conference call you started. Now, if you don't want that to happen, if you just want to leave yourself from the call, you have to press the end soft key. You press end from your phone so that it will only disconnect you from that call. Placing the handset back to the phone, this will totally end the call for everyone, for all those you added. All right, so that's how you do conference. Now, last is the call and park retrieve feature. And by the way, call and park retrieve is a virtual hold. It's like a virtual hold that you can apply to your phone. So this allows you to place a call on hold and the ability to retrieve that call from any available phone in the office. And how that works. So I have here a call. Now, on my phone, in order for me to place the call on park, I would have to press the park and retrieve button. Once I push park and retrieve, a number will then start flashing on the screen. That number is your park location number. And it's a random number from 1 to 9. So it will be the system that will choose the number for you. Let's say, for example, the number that's flashing on the screen is the number 4. Now, that number will continuously flash on the screen up until the caller hangs up or the call gets disconnected. Okay, now with that park location number, number 4, you or someone else can then go to a different phone in the office. You then press the call and park retrieve button on that phone, followed by the number 4, which is the park location number. And you will be connected with the device or with a caller on that device, rather. So that's how you use call and park retrieve. And then also, before I forgot, if you wanted to have a call and park retrieve on your phone, it has to be set up in the administrator portal. So it will be your system administrator that will do it for you. And if all of your phones, if all the phones you have needs or wants to be able to like grasp the phone. Okay, so aside from the desk phone, you can also retrieve call on park from a cell phone, like a PC cell phone or a mobile cell phone. So that's how you use call and park retrieve. All right, so that's everything I have on the Mitel 6900 series phone training.